everyone, welcome to TechknowLazy. Today we will be learning the top 35 important and most frequently asked Dell Boomi interview questions and their answers. Now you might be wondering that how did we create this top 35 list? Don't worry. So we created a survey, we carried out some questions with the hiring department, and we collected some of the most frequently asked questions. We categorized and distilled and created a list of top 35 questions which are asked to all the three categories, whether you're a beginner, intermediate candidate, or an advanced or experienced candidate, right? So these are the most important questions that are expected for all the three categories, and you should be able to answer them to your interviewer to crack it. And also, to make things more interesting, we will also discuss the top 10 important tips and tricks that you need under your sleeve to crack your Dell Boomi interview in the first go. So make sure to not miss any of the questions and also not to miss the important tips and tricks. As we post the updates on the jobs, updates on the technologies, updates on any of the trends in the IT industry on our channel and our community. So don't miss any of those. Now without further ado, let's get started with the first question on the list today. So the first question is, what is Dell Boomi and what are its key features? The answer for this question is Dell Boomi is a cloud-based integration platform that enables organizations to connect applications and data across cloud and on-premise environments. Its key features include visual integration, pre-built connectors, and data mapping, API management, and real-time monitoring. So Dell Boomi is a cloud-based integration platform. Let's say you wanted to connect to any of the cloud sources. So we have multiple: Azure from Microsoft, AWS from Amazon, GCP from Google, and much more. So you wanted to, make some data manipulation operations, upload, download, or run some big data analytics on the cloud platform. So you need to get connected to that particular platform, right? So Dell Boomi is one of those integration tools which will offer you the connectivity between your cloud storage and your analytics platform. And with that, we go into the second question. How do you create a process in Dell Boomi? The answer for this question is, to create a process in Dell Boomi, you would log into the Boomi platform, navigate to the Process tab, and click on Create Process. From there, you can use the Process Builder interface to define the steps of integration process, such as data mapping, decision steps, and error handling. So this type of question is asked basically to the advanced level or experienced candidates. So here you have to explain the interviewer the exact procedure to create a new task or process. Now with that, the third question. What are connectors in Dell Boomi? The answer for this question is, connectors in Dell Boomi are pre-built integration components that facilitate seamless communication between various applications, databases, and services. They simplify the integration process by abstracting the underlying complexities of different systems. Now, the fourth question. Explain the difference between synchronous and asynchronous process in Dell Boomi. So far we discussed how to create a process. Now we will be discussing the differences between the two different types of process, that is synchronous and asynchronous. The answer for this question is, in Dell Boomi, synchronous process are real-time integrations that execute immediately and return results immediately. Whereas on the other hand, asynchronous processes are non-real time. So this can be happening in batch time as well, batch mode as well. So asynchronous processes are non-real time integrations that get queued for execution and may take some time to complete. So whenever batch processing mode is activated, then the batches will be queued, right? So that type of processes is known as asynchronous processes, and the ones which are happening in real time are synchronous processes. So this question can be asked to both intermediate and advanced candidates or experienced candidates. Now the fifth question. How do you handle error handling and exceptions in Dell Boomi? The answer is, Dell Boomi provides various error handling options like try-catch shapes and exception shapes. When an error occurs during the integration process, these shapes allow you to specify how to handle the exception, log the error, or send notifications. So any programmer will have a basic understanding of how exactly try-catch works. It's like if or else, right? And similarly, you can also handle some exception handling techniques to take care of the exceptions. Now, into the sixth question. What is the difference between process properties and profile properties? The answer for this question is process properties are specific to a single process and can be used to pass data within that particular process only. Profile properties, on the other hand, are global and can be shared across multiple processes, making them useful for maintaining configurations consistently. Now, the seventh question. How can you deploy a Dell Boomi process to production? So we have understood what exactly is a process. We understood the two different types of processes. Now, some question which asks you about how can you deploy a Dell Boomi process, right? Now, this question will be asked to the intermediate as well as experienced level candidates. The answer for this question is, to deploy a Dell Boomi process to production, you would create a deployment package containing the process and its related components. Then, using the AtomSphere platform, you can deploy the package to the desired environment, such as a test or a production environment. Now, the eighth question. What is a connector operation in Dell Boomi and how do you configure it? The answer for this question is, a connector operation represents an action that can be performed on a specific connector, such as querying data from a database or invoking a REST API. To configure it, you select the connector, specify the operation details, and map the input and output data. With that, we have the ninth question. How does Dell Boomi ensure data security and compliance? Now, the answer for this question is, Dell Boomi ensures data security through encryption at rest and in transit, role-based access controls, and compliance with industry standards such as GDPR and HIPAA. Additionally, it provides audit trials and monitoring to track data access and changes. So, the data communication between any of the two developers will be automatically encrypted, or you can also have the data exchanged as in an encrypted mode in between any of the developers or any of the teams, right? And also, apart from that, based on role, for example, let's say you are the manager, you have reports, you have your business unit head, right? Based on the hierarchy, the access control can be managed. And another industry standard security protocols are GDPR, HIPAA, right? These are the procedures that you can implement to ensure data security and compliance in Dell Boomi. Now, with that, the 10th question. How do you design a scalable and efficient integration process? Repeat. Now, with that, the 10th question. How do you design a scalable and efficient integration process in Dell Boomi? The answer for this question is, to design a scalable and efficient integration process, you would follow best practices such as minimizing the use of complex data transformations, utilizing bulk operations when possible, optimizing query filters, and considering the load on both source and target systems. Testing and performance tuning are also essential to ensure scalability. So that's how you can design a scalable and efficient integration process in Dell Boomi. Now, let's proceed with the 11th question. The 11th question is about explain the different types of deployment available in Dell Boomi. Now, this particular question will be for intermediate candidates. The answer for this question is, Dell Boomi offers 3 different types of deployment options: Atom Cloud, Molecule, and just Atom. Atom Cloud is a multi-tenant platform hosted by Dell Boomi, suitable for most integrations. Molecule is an on-premise deployment that provides additional performance and scalability for high-volume scenarios. And lastly, Atom is a lightweight on-premise deployment option for simple integrations. Now, the 12th question. How do you handle large data volumes efficiently in Dell Boomi? The answer is, to handle large volumes of data efficiently, you can use Dell Boomi's batch processing feature. It allows you to split large datasets into smaller chunks, process them in batches, and then merge the results. Additionally, utilizing bulk operations when supported by the connectors can improve performance. Now, 13th question. What is a document cache in Dell Boomi? The answer for this question is, the document cache is a feature in Dell Boomi that allows you to store frequently accessed data temporarily. By caching data in memory, subsequent queries for the same data become faster reducing the need for reprocessing or retrieve data from the source systems, thus improving overall integration performance. Now, the 14th question. Can you explain the concept of process call in Dell Boomi and its benefits? The answer is, a process call in Dell Boomi allows you to invoke one integration process from another process. It promotes reusability and modularization of integration logic. By using process calls, you can avoid duplicating common steps and create more maintainable and organized integration process. Now we have the 15th question. How does Dell Boomi handle error recovery in case of a process failures? The answer for this question is, Dell Boomi provides a built-in mechanism for error recovery through the process of monitoring and requeuing. If a process fails, it can be automatically requeued to be retried later, or you can manually requeue specific document for reprocessing. Now we have the 16th question. What is the difference between deployed and test mode? The answer for this question is, when a process is deployed in test mode, it runs with limited resources and it is intended for testing purposes. On the other hand, when a process is deployed in deployed mode, it runs with production level resources and handles real-world integration scenarios. Now the 17th question. How can you implement custom logging and error handling in Dell Boomi processes? The answer is, Dell Boomi allows you to implement custom logging and error handling by using custom scripting such as Groovy scripts or custom logging connectors. You can capture specific data points, perform custom validations, and send custom notifications based on your integration requirements. Now, the 18th question. What are the advantages of using Dell Boomi over traditional point-to-point integration? The answer for this question is, Dell Boomi offers several advantages over traditional point-to-point integrations, including faster deployment and development, increased reusability through connectors and components, centralized monitoring and management, and enhanced scalability to handle complex integration scenarios. Now, the 19th question. Can you explain how Dell Boomi supports API management and creation? The answer for this question is, Dell Boomi provides API management capabilities that allow you to create, publish, secure, and manage APIs. You can use the API management features to control access to APIs, set rate limits, and monitor API usage and performance. Now, the 20th question. How do you ensure data integrity during data transformations in Dell Boomi? So far, we have understood data security. Now, the question is about data integrity, not security. So, answer this question carefully. So, the answer for this question is, to ensure data integrity during the data transformations, you can implement validation steps using various functions provided by Dell Boomi, such as data type checks, regular expressions, and conditional statements. Additionally, you can leverage Dell Boomi's built-in data mapping features to ensure accurate data transformations. So far, we have finished 20 top interview questions on Dell Boomi. Now, before we move ahead, I would like to give you a quick notification about subscription to our channel. So we post daily job updates, daily updates on the IT industry, and any technologies which are booming in the IT industry. And we also cover the most frequently asked and important interview questions on various technology platforms. So to never miss out on any of our content, please subscribe to our channel and don't forget to hit that bell icon. Now, let's proceed to the 21st question. What is a connector extension in Dell Boomi and how can it be beneficial? The answer for this question is, a connector extension is a custom-built connector that extends the capabilities of Dell Boomi by integrating with a specific application or service not available through standard connectors. It allows you to connect to specialized systems and applications, enhancing the platform's versatility. Now, moving into the second question. How does Dell Boomi handle data transformation between different formats? The answer for this question is, Dell Boomi provides built-in data mapping components that facilitate data transformation between various formats like JSON, XML, and flat files. The platform allows you to define mapping rules, data type conversions, and hierarchical structures to ensure seamless transformation. Now, 23rd question. Explain the concept of dynamic process properties in Dell Boomi and when to use them. The answer is dynamic process properties in Dell Boomi are used to pass dynamic values at runtime, making processes more flexible and reusable. These properties can be set at the time of process execution, enabling you to customize process behavior based on specific input parameters. Now, the 24th question. What are the different types of connectors provided by Dell Boomi? The answer is Dell Boomi offers various types of connectors, including application connectors, database connectors, message connectors, and protocol connectors. Now, 25th question. How can you handle data synchronization and data consistency in Dell Boomi integrations? The answer is data synchronization and consistency can be achieved by employing transaction management and error handling strategies. By using transaction control groups and proper error logging, you can ensure that data is synchronized and consistent across various systems. Now, 26th question. What is the role of the Atom in Dell Boomi architecture? The answer is Atom is a runtime engine in Dell Boomi responsible for executing integration processes. It can be installed on-premise or in the cloud to process data and execute integration securely and efficiently. Now, the 27th question. How does Dell Boomi support real-time integration scenarios? The answer for this question is Dell Boomi supports real-time integration scenarios through its real-time execution mode. By enabling this mode, the platform processes documents as soon as they arrive, reducing latency and providing real-time data synchronization. Now we have 28th question. Can you explain the concept of map function in Dell Boomi data process shape? The answer for this question is the map function in the data process shape of Dell Boomi allows you to perform advanced data manipulation using Groovy scripts. It offers more flexibility in handling complex data transformations and validations. Now we have 29th question. How can you implement custom exception handling in Dell Boomi process? The answer for this question is custom exception handling can be implemented using custom scripting within the try-catch shapes. By writing Groovy scripts within the catch section, you can handle specific exceptions and take appropriate actions. Now, 30th question. What is the purpose of connection retry settings in Dell Boomi connectors? The answer is connection retry settings allow you to specify the number of retry attempts the connector makes to establish connection with the target system in case of transient network issues or connectivity problems. Adjusting these settings may be necessary in scenarios where the target system is temporarily unavailable. Now, 31st question. How can you monitor and track the execution of Dell Boomi processes? Let's discuss the answer for this question. So Dell Boomi provides a comprehensive monitoring dashboard that allows you to track the execution of processes, view execution statistics, and monitor any errors or exceptions that occur during the integration process. Now, let's proceed with the 32nd question. How does Dell Boomi handle data transformation and data integration security? The answer for this question is Dell Boomi ensures data transformation and integration security through encryption of data at rest and in transit, role-based access controls, secure connection settings, and compliance with industry standards and regulations. Let's proceed with the 33rd question. What is the purpose of environment extensions in Dell Boomi? The answer for this question is environment extensions in Dell Boomi are used to define environment-specific settings that can be applied during the deployment process. This ensures that the process remains consistent across different environments while supporting environment-specific configurations. Now, 34th question. What are the best practices for error handling and monitoring in Dell Boomi? The answer is some best practices for error handling and monitoring include using try-catch shapes for handling exceptions, logging errors to a central logging system, setting up email notifications for critical errors, and implementing process monitoring and alerting. Now, we will move into the last question for today's session. That is, how does Dell Boomi support EDI integration or electronic data interchange integration? The answer for this question is Dell Boomi provides specific connectors and components for EDI integration, allowing seamless communication with trading partners using standard EDI formats like X12 and EDI FAT. The platform supports both inbound and outbound EDI transactions. Now with this, we have finished the top 35 most frequently asked important interview questions based on Dell Boomi. But we are not done here. we will also discuss the top 10 tips that you will be needing to crack your Dell Boomi interview questions in the first attempt. Now, the first tip is understand Dell Boomi's core concepts. Ensure that you have a solid understanding of Dell Boomi's core concepts, including integration processes, connectors, maps, profiles, and other key components. Review the official documentation and practice building simple integrations to familiarize yourself with the platform. Next, review integration patterns. Dell Boomi offers various integration patterns such as request or response, publish or subscribe, batch processing, etc. Understand when and how to use each pattern effectively. Showcasing your ability to design appropriate solutions for different scenarios is beneficial. Third one, hands-on experience. Practice creating integrations and workflows using Dell Boomi. Having hands-on experience is crucial, as interviewers might present you with the scenarios to solve or ask you to demonstrate your skills on platform. Next is data transformation and mapping. Be proficient in data transformation techniques and mapping within Dell Boomi. Understand how to transform data from one format to another using functions, scripting, and mapping tools. Fifth one is API and connector knowledge. Familiarize yourself with various connectors Dell Boomi offers to interact with different systems and APIs. Understand how to configure these connectors and work with API authentication and data retrieval. Sixth point, troubleshooting skills. Interviewers may include scenarios where you will need to identify and fix integration issues. Develop strong troubleshooting skills by understanding common errors, debugging integration processes, and proposing effective solutions. Now, the seventh point, adaptability. Be prepared to discuss your ability to adapt to changing requirements and technologies. Dell Boomi professionals often need to integrate with diverse systems and adapt to evolving business needs. Now, the eighth point, mock interviews and practice. Consider practicing in mock interviews with peers or mentors. Mock interviews can help you refine your answers, manage nerves, and receive constructive feedback. Now, the ninth point, research Dell Boomi's culture. Understand Dell Boomi's values, mission, and culture. Tailor your responses and align with these aspects when discussing your fit within the company. The last tip, ask thoughtful questions. At the end of the interview, ask thoughtful questions about the company, team, and the role you're joining. This demonstrates your genuine interest and proactive approach. Now, with this, we have come to an end of this session on top 35 interview questions and answers based on Dell Boomi. And also, we covered the top 10 tips and tricks to crack your Dell Boomi interview in the first attempt. Should you have any queries regarding any of the questions discussed, or if you require the resources that we used in this session, like PPT and the questions listed, please do let us know in the comment section below, and our team of experts will be more than happy to resolve all your queries at the earliest. Till next time, thank you and keep learning.